Hey everyone, welcome back. And it is Saturday evening and I'm going to be making supper now. And if you watched that video sometime back, I don't know if it was my last food pantry video where I took you for a ride to the food pantry and I had talked about the Chinese restaurant and that I would need to learn how to make our own Chinese food. So that's what I am doing tonight. I am starting tonight. And I'm going to be making sweet and sour chicken. Not the type that has the peppers, the onions, the pineapples, and the sauce all over it, but the kind you dip. That's the kind we've always eaten, so that's what I'm going to do, okay? So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go ahead and cut the chicken. So I have a chicken breast here. I actually have two chicken breasts. So the first thing I'm going to do, and I have a paper towel under here so this doesn't slide too much. I'm going to actually cut this in half so it's not as thick. Hopefully that works out. I'm going to cut off some of this fat here. Okay, so I'm going to take this chicken, it's kind of thin, but I'm just going to cut it at a 45-degree angle of, well, kind of. I'll just cut that one in half. I think I might just cut them in half to make them smaller. Maybe they'll cook faster that way. This wasn't the most perfectly shaped chicken breast either. All right. All right. Yeah, I think I'll cut them in half so they're bite size almost. Okay. All right, hopefully everybody's having a good weekend. Last day of February tomorrow. Then it's March. Then there's light at the end of the tunnel for spring. It was 44 degrees here today. Oh no, 47. It's 37 right now. But yeah, it was warm here today, so that's that helps in melting the snow. Hopefully it's better where you guys are at. All right, I have a second chicken breast here. I just got done making some chocolate chip cookies for dessert. And you know, I really thought I did a video on it because, hey, it's chocolate chip cookies. I must have done a video. And I looked back on my videos and I don't think I did a video on it yet. So I apologize for that. I didn't do a video because I thought I did a video already. So my apologies on that. Okay. Maybe I'll just cut this in half. The shapes aren't going to be perfect. So what are you all having for supper tonight? Supper or dinner? I don't know what you guys call it. What are you guys having for dinner tonight? Yeah, just drop it down in the comments. Let me know what you're having for dinner. You know, when I was working, that's a conversation we always had, me and my coworkers. What are you having for dinner tonight? You know, I don't know. People like to know what you're eating for dinner. All right, everybody. So here I have my chopped up chicken. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this, I don't know if you call it a marinade or whatever. But, yeah, I'm going to put that in here, and then we're going to refrigerate this from, like I said, 30 to 60 minutes. And in that time, I'll be making the sweet and sour sauce and the batter for the chicken. Okay, so what I've got in here some of the seasonings I'm going to put in there, which is 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, and some pepper. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just mix that up a little bit. Okay, and then I'll leave everything in the description below. Okay, and if I forget to, somebody say something, please. So I'm bad at that. All right, so I'm going to use 1 tablespoon of oil, and I'm just going to use vegetable oil. And a 1/4 cup of water. Okay, and we are just going to mix this up. So I just, yeah, I've kind of been in the kitchen all afternoon. Just making the cookies and washing some dishes. Yes, had some dirty dishes. And I was listening to country music all the while. Some from the 90s, some from the early 2000s, and some really classic country like Patsy Cline. For those of you who are familiar with classic country, like Ferlin Husky, I believe that's his name. Yeah, a lot of them. Okay, so that is done. So all I'm going to do is cover it up. Oh, I love these things. Okay, I'm going to put this in the refrigerator. I'll be right back. And what we're going to do is we're going to do our sweet and sour sauce first. And then once we're done with that, we'll go ahead and work on the batter. All right, stay tuned. All right, everyone, so now we are ready to make our sweet and sour sauce, which is the red sauce. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put 1 cup of water, or 1 cup of sugar, and that's granulated sugar. And then I'm going to put 2.5 tablespoons of cornstarch. And then I'm going to whisk, actually I'm going to throw in just a dash of salt. I apologize for bumping the camera. Just a dash of salt. And now I'm going to just whisk this together. I've got my burner heating up right here. That's why I'm holding the thing so I don't want the sugar to burn. Just make sure that cornstarch is mixed into the sugar well. Okay. And now what we're going to do is add in 1.5 cups of water, and now I'm going to put it down on the burner. So that's 1.5 cups of water. And then I've got 2.5 tablespoons of vinegar. And I've got 2 teaspoons of soy sauce. And then I'm going to go ahead and put like 4 drops. That should be enough. Kind of came out a little fast. And that was about 4 or 5 drops of red food coloring. And now we are actually just going to stir this until you bring it to a boil. And once you bring it to a boil, you'll turn off the burner and just take it off, because we're not actually cooking anything. We're just mixing it together, and the cornstarch will thicken it up. And I have it on a medium, between medium and high heat. This color should darken as it gets hotter. Glenn also likes to use this to pour over his white rice, because I'll be making white rice with this. I keep bumping the camera there, I apologize. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and keep stirring this. I won't bore you through the whole process of bringing it to a boil, and I will be right back. Alright folks, so I don't know if you can tell, but that color of red is definitely a darker color now, and that's what it's supposed to do. I'm just waiting for it to hit that boil. And once it hits a boil, you just want to turn it off and take it off right away, because then you continue to cook it and that cornstarch may not work as it should. Definitely the more of the color of sweet and sour sauce. Okay, it is coming to a boil right now. You can see it thicken up. Alright, it's come to its boil, so I'm going to go ahead and turn off the burner. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take it off the burner. So now I will be back with the batter. We'll make the batter next. Alright everyone, so I am ready to make the batter to dip the chicken in. So again, I'll leave everything in the description. So I am going to start with adding an egg. Alright, so I got the egg. I'm going to do 1 cup of water. I'm going to do a little bit of salt. A little bit of garlic powder. Some pepper. The recipe calls for like a teaspoon of this stuff, but the pepper is to taste, but I'm not going to measure the teaspoon. And then 1 cup of cornstarch. Ooh, that pepper's making my nose tickle. Oh, okay, so there's half a cup. I'll do 1 more. I'm doing it while I'm recording. I got a mess all over the floor. Got white powder all over the floor, on the counter. Yes. Leave it up to me. Alright, there's the other half. Okay, so with that, we're going to go ahead and stir that now. You can use a mixer if you want, and just, sorry. Oop. Make sure you get all this cornstarch off the sides here. Yes, this is sweet and sour chicken for dummies. I'm the dummy. Hopefully it comes out. Hoping that sweet and sour sauce comes out. Yeah, you can definitely use a mixer on this if you want. Okay, just want to make sure you got everything off the bottom. And now we're going to add 1 cup of flour. Ooh, I almost dumped that flour everywhere. Can you tell I'm so graceful with this stuff? Alright. 1 cup of flour. And now we're going to mix it again. I'm guessing at this point I'm going to go ahead and get a heavy spoon. Okay, so you're definitely going to need something heavy after you put the flour in. Okay, at this point we're going to put another 1/4 cup of flour. I'm so sorry. And then we're going to beat it again. Okay, now we're going to put 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil. Oh my gosh. And 1 tablespoon of baking powder. Alright, there's that baking powder. And now we're going to beat this. I know it looks a little thick, but the marinade we have with the chicken, we're going to add this into this. Alright, I'm going to go grab that. Okay, so here's what we did with the chicken. Now we're going to dump that in there. And you see the chicken soaked up most of the water. I don't know about you, but I think this can use a little bit more water or something. But I don't want it too thin either, because I want to make sure the batter sticks to the chicken. Yeah, that's not looking too bad. Hey everyone, so I have my oil warming up here and I'm waiting for it to get to about 370 degrees. I've got the rice going. And I did add a little bit more water to the batter because when I pulled the chicken out, it was like doughy, stringy. So I added a little bit more water and it seems a little better now. What I'm using to test my temperature is this temperature, I don't know what it's called, infrared thermometer. So you basically point it out there and a little, you can see that little red dot and it gives you the temperature. So it's at 345 right now. A little blurry, but so I'm just waiting for it to get up a little bit more and then we'll start cooking this chicken. Okay everybody, so I just tested the temperature again. It's at 367, which is very close enough for me. So I'm basically going to use this shish kebab stick to take these pieces of chicken out and put them in there. If you hear that little noise in the background, that would be Blackie. Oh yeah, the shish kebab stick works really good. I don't have to get my fingers too close. It's always I'm always nervous making a new dish because you just never know how it's going to come out. But if you don't try, I guess you'll never know. Alright, that beeper was for the rice, so I'm going to shut the rice off, let the steam out. And cover it back up. Alright. And you just kind of want to, so they, I guess you just want to kind of just keep stirring them around so the coating cooks evenly. And you get a kind of even killed color. I used to, years ago, when I made, I didn't actually make sweet and sour chicken. I made chicken strips, and I did a beer battered chicken strips. I used to use a Shore Lunch beer battered mix, but I never used beer. I just put water in it. So lately when I've been making stuff, I've been putting leftovers in the freezer, but instead of putting them in containers, I take your guys' advice and I put them in bags. I've been using Ziploc bags and I flatten them out so I get more stuff in there. When I made the white chicken chili, I had some leftovers because Glenn didn't really like that there was so much shredded chicken in there. And I totally forgot about that. I knew he didn't like that much shredded chicken. So I had leftovers, so I put it in 2 separate bags with 1 serving in each bag. So next time that Glenn has something for supper that I don't really care for, I can just take out a bag of the white chicken chili and just warm it up. And I did the same thing with the cookie dough that I made today. I made 3 dozen chocolate chip cookies and I still had some dough left, so I just put it in a Ziploc bag and put it in the freezer. That way on another night when we just want a quick dessert, just take it out of the freezer and the cookie dough is already done. I like those when they're already done. Oh, what else did I put in the freezer for leftovers? Maybe that's it. We still have 1 bag of the shredded beef when we ate the shredded beef burritos on our anniversary. Yeah, it's nice putting them in bags. You have more room for other stuff. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and, basically that's how you fry them. I'm going to go ahead and finish frying all this up, and I'll be back when we're ready to plate. Okay, so here's my first batch that I brought out. Looks pretty good. Boy, they are big. And here's a piece I cut open. So the chicken is definitely done. I think I cooked them about 6 minutes or 7 minutes or so. So they got done fairly fast. Yeah, it does help to constantly stir them so the color is even on all the chicken. So yeah, I've got 1 batch in there right now, and I got another batch after that, and then we'll plate. Okay, folks, so I am done cooking. So here is the sweet and sour chicken. We got the white rice, our chicken, and our sweet and sour sauce. And it didn't taste too bad. So we'll see how it goes all together. So I only used 2 chicken breasts, and it made tons of chicken. Let me show you. This bowl right here is still full of chicken, and Glenn's already got his serving. So we definitely will have enough for tomorrow. So there it is, my first time, sweet and sour chicken. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch it. I really appreciate you guys watching my videos and commenting and liking. So please continue to do that. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so if you like the content I'm putting out. Yeah, so remember to live life, be good to yourself, and be good to others. Until next time. Okay, everyone, I just wanted to give you an update on the taste of the sweet and sour chicken. I have to tell you, I am so happy with it. This recipe's a keeper. The sweet and sour sauce is delicious. Yeah, I think it turned out really good. Glenn is already on his seconds. This is still my first. I've been trying to just do video, and yeah, so I have a piece here, and that chicken is solid inside. It's white. Yeah, I think it came out really good, and there's a ton of chicken left over, so definitely leftovers tomorrow, but definitely happy with how this turned out, and this is something I'll do again. So yeah, proud of myself for the first time. I know it's just sweet and sour chicken, but the little things to me. So, alright, just wanted to give you that update. Enjoy the rest of your night and the upcoming week. Until next time.